Hey everyone, and welcome to this week ahead reading. It's a very highly energetic week this week. There's going to be bouts of peace, lovely marinating in your own energy, and there's going to be things that are just going to come out of the blue trying to shake you. Not in a massive way. It's almost like the old belief systems are being broken down. So it's almost like I'm seeing sparks. So say you're in this little peaceful meditation bubble, beautifully enjoying your own energy or balancing daily life and things around you. And then there's sparks offset from someone else's energetic field, and it's just coming towards you, infiltrating into your field. And you're just learning how to deflect that and rebalance. And that doesn't bother me anymore, and rebalance. So that's an interesting little bit of information for this week. But so you're really learning how to bathe in your own energy and constantly recalibrating it, which is that's like master status, by the way. Like, seriously, take a moment to honor yourself, because that's master status. And that's what you're achieving this week. Also, in fun news, if you follow the shamanic resonance chart, I don't know what you call it, but there was a massive gap on the graph, which indicates a big timeline shift. Not just any old shift, like quite a jump in the collective shift. So my interpretation of this, I'm not sure, for those of you who've been following me for years, I'm not sure this is going to affect you that much, it could. I'm just going to throw it out there. But the thing is, people around you might be happening too. So say, you were like slowly weaving and ascending, doing all your shadow work and your bits and pieces and going within and looking after yourself and looking after your health, all those goody stuff that you've been doing I'm hearing learning astrology, to raise your frequency. So you've been doing that it's like a leaf defying gravity and going up, slowly like that. So what's happened is there was a massive gap with the people, I guess, that were feeling trapped, stuck, couldn't get that energy to make that move to do all those good things for themselves. It's almost like caught up. So they've gone from that lower frequency and they've gone boop, popped up to a different timeline, which is in higher frequency. So they can shift and shed their darkness a lot easier than they did in that lower density, because they just couldn't. It's like being stuck in mud. They needed to call the special emergency services to get them out, which is basically what the universe has done. It's like, okay, you're stuck in mud. You can't get out. You physically and spiritually and emotionally and mentally can't get out of this spot. So here's your help. Lifted them out, the use of the helicopters, gotten them out of the wilderness and placed them on this higher timeline so they can help themselves a whole lot better or access that information around them, or spiritually, or anyway, they don't have to be spiritual. So these people are going to be maybe coming to you a bit more, and they might be saying, and this is a big indication of it, they'll feel weird. I don't know why, but I feel weird. Things look different now. Like, I've looked at this deck before and I've looked at its image and I've had it for years. However, it's looking and feeling different. Like, it's just going to be like that. People are just literally going to feel different because the timeline is different. Yes, everything looks the same, but it's vibrating at a different frequency. Therefore, it feels different. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. The other channel message I got was your confidence is being tested. So there's a lot of you that keep telling yourself, I'm not ready to be in my purpose. Or some of you have been thinking, I've been ready for a long time, but there've been these subconscious chains to past lives and how you perceive yourself in your subconscious. So part of your ego can go, I'm ready. I did this years ago too. I'm ready, I want this. But the thing is, if it came to you, you would not do with it. So now you're getting closer to that time. Well, you're ready. You're ready to step up, but now you're I guess it's closer to your conscious mind of, oh no, I'm not ready. I don't have the knowledge. Do you know, whatever you want to do, you can still do the thing and still learn at the same time. We're just not built like that. We're not built to have massive egos in the way of, I'm so fucking awesome, I know how to do everything. We're not built like that. So therefore, you're never going to probably feel ready. Because there is some ego intertwined with confidence. It's a fine line, right? You know, some people that are confident and humble, that's going to be you. And there's some people that are confident and egotistic. They think they're so good and, you know, no one can teach them anything new. And, you know, being reasonable with that thought is sometimes you do know better, but then sometimes you need to be open to learning something in a different way. So, and we've got the intuitive and psychic power and higher knowing. Well, how's that for nice little confirmation? So let's pop these out of the way for now. And put these up here. So for most of you, confidence is being tested in the way of how much knowledge do I have? You've always got, this is why we've learned how to channel. So I have a lot of you have been focusing on that last couple of years because that's where the information comes from. You don't always need to know, you know, book smart wise answers to questions because you're different, you're channeling it. And this is what these new timelines are for, because we're closer to that higher consciousness, and therefore we've got more access to our clear abilities and our psychic powers. You know, you don't need to have all the knowledge because it will come to you when you need to have it. You know, it's just like asking a question, as I'm guessing you do before you do a reading for yourself. You know, the answers come if you're soft and gentle and open. Not if, oh God, I'm so pissed off right now. Just give me a fucking answer. Just, God damn it, universe, just tell me what the solar plexus chakra moon. You know, we're in that state. We can't get the answers that we're seeking. You already know. And, you know, you guys just come here for your reminders. You just come here just to have a bit of support. And it's nice to have that confirmation of like, yeah, cool, I'm doing what I need to be doing. Yeah, that's the message I've been receiving. That gives you more confidence to go and do what you need to do. If you just have someone like sitting in your corner, and here we go, it's all receiving, it's all being open. And even in the beginning I was talking about that meditation pose and chink, letting all the other frequencies that don't align to your soul rebound off you and remaining in, you know, your center and your inner peace and your direction. I really feel like I really need to talk about this confidence, and you guys probably already have, but check out which picker card are you on the Lionsgate portal, because that energy, the portal's already opened. It usually opens about 9 days before the date. And about 9 days after, like, things to start trickling in. It's at its potency then. And you're receiving like this wave of confidence. And it's like a reward for all the work that you've done. Beginnings. Strength. And surrender. Like, oh, come back. I've lost the message. Oh, they don't want me to say it now. Okie dokie. It's funny, sometimes messages can, it's a fine line between helping and hindering. So it's almost like they gave it to me for me to know, but then they took it back. So that's why I couldn't really connect with the message anymore. And you might find this happens to you too, if your soul purpose is to, like me, spread the knowledge, spread the healing knowledge in whatever way you're doing it in your purpose. Life purpose is really coming up a lot this week. I feel like there's been such a build up of energy around frustration of the no progress or just not knowing. you know, and that's sometimes, most of the time it's when we need to just stop and do nothing. You know, psychologists will say that to someone with OCD. The hardest thing for a person with OCD to do is to stop what they keep doing, right? You just literally have to stop. And that is the hardest thing in the world, isn't it? I have a Virgo stellium, which obviously has contributed to that. But growing up, you know, part of the way I handled my trauma was to seek approval through cleaning. And that generated my OCD. So my poor little kitty subconscious mind is like, if I clean and if I do everything perfect, then it will make everyone happy and then people will love me, you know, which is pretty sad, right? But that's all that my poor little subconscious could figure out how to do to try to get my needs met, which of course, nothing was going to get my needs met aside from me working through my inner child stuff now. And my point's gone. It's a good story. I like stories. But anyway, to do with OCD. Yes, the stop. So years later when I went to a spiritual counselor, and he said to me, because I was doing that, you know, in my house as well, like I would sit there and I would look for something to be out of place so I could fix it. I was trying to get the need met still through the way I've been doing it for years. And he said to me, he goes, okay, so what I want you to do is not do any of that. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you know, when you get home from the day with your work clothes, instead of putting them in the hamper, put them next to the hamper. I'm like, what? It was just like it was just made me so uncomfortable. It was blowing my mind. I'm like, what do you mean? So like, if I use a towel after the shower, I'm supposed to leave it on the floor? He's like, no, you can hang it up, but just don't put it on there perfectly. And like, he gave me some ideas because it was just totally mind-blowing to me. And then he was even pushing it to my appearance. He's like, I don't want you to accessorize. I want you not to wear makeup for a week. And oh my God, like it felt like I was dying, even though most people would rock up to work and like, whatever, I'm not wearing makeup today. But to me, I was just like, I can't go to work and not have makeup on. You know, it's just our perception of things. It's just our perception of things and working through them. So I don't know if that resonates with anyone. But obviously make it apply to the situation for you, whatever you're going through. But yeah, confidence. So say if that was something you're like, oh yeah, I got a bit of OCD. Yeah, I'm a bit like that. And say you just go, okay, I'm stopping. Tell everyone in your household that you realize you got a bit of OCD problem and that you won't be going above and beyond this week. You know, let people know and stuff like that. This is going to help you build your confidence. This is my point. So if you're struggling with anything and you choose a different direction and you communicate that to people, that's going to build your confidence in yourself. Even as well as if you've been hiding your gifts and you tell people, you know what, for this week, the next 7 days from today, I am going to make little videos just for Facebook for people and my friends. They probably don't even know I'm into reading cards or sharing messages or whatever. But you know, let's say you know, you're like, one day I'm going to do kind of this thing. I'm going to do videos on card readings and pass on my wisdom, you know. And if you just make a little commitment to start that now, like there's always ways of doing it. You know, if you have something that you want to do and you're not sure what's one little step you can take this week, you can comment below and I can help you if you get stuck. But this is whatever you're going to choose to do is going to build your confidence. But this is what Pretty Pink Soul Movement's all about, right? Inspired action. It's not just, I don't agree always, unless you're like feeling depressed and you just make an action to wipe the table down. That's an action, right? It's not really inspired, but it's an action to make you feel better. But in this, we're talking about soul-inspired action. So your soul wants to create through you, create something through you, express itself, and say this is one way of doing that. And it can come in the cleaning, it can come in any shape or form, right? But it's something you have to actually do by yourself. And this is going to bring confidence in. That is all. So that's that first message. It's funny, like I talk to my guides and I'm like, you guys are so you guys are so loving towards me. You talk to me so sweetly. You're so gentle to me, you know. And then I'm like, why am I so sassy when I'm delivering advice? So why am I not like really loving and nurturing and really word things differently? And they're like, that's just not your path. That's how you get through to your tribe, is you're kind of like tough love. So I find that quite hilarious, really. That I probably, you know, if they were, I don't know if they talk, well, they do sometimes, I guess. It depends. Most of the time they talk lovingly. Sometimes they're like, well, you knew what you were doing and you did it anyway. It's just, most of the time they're loving. And I just find it funny how they're kind of different to me. They're not as sassy as I am. But I'm sure that that's how I'm supposed to be. So I'm admitting it to you, how I feel, so I can own it. All right, guys, which deck can we use next? You guys are looking at the crystals, going to look pretty. Let's use those next. That's Savage Ghost in here. And sorry for the noise. That looks like fairy floss. I'm just doing my washing at the same time. Wasn't inspired action, it was necessary action. My God, we've had some crazy storms the last 3 weeks. I'm constantly getting like severe weather alerts. Oh my God, how funny is this? They both look like fairy floss. What is in this? Okay, I'm going to interpret the cards just by looking at these. It's like fiber optic to me. Fiber optic consciousness. Tell me more. Tell me more. The webs of the universe are integrating into your subconsciousness. So say this is like the pineal gland, and say, you know, I think it's really small, sits just under your third eye. I'm going to guess it's kind of squishy. But they're showing me like your pineal gland almost being made of this, and it's unfolding out, almost like, you know, if a caterpillar was in a cocoon, it turns into a butterfly and then it unfolds its wings. This is what it's like. It's like it was this fiber optic stuff, like fairy floss, was covering your third eye, and now it's like slowly unraveling and spreading out and open to receiving signals. Wow, that's really deep. So it must be my OCD is kicking in. I put hand cream on before I put these cards, and it's on my table. It's driving me nuts. Yeah, this week is... Okay, so I was saying before how those other people are rising up. So now I'm getting a message for you guys. It's a real big elevation. So you might be feeling sick. And before we had the solar plexus pop out, so we're going to use this again. You could be feeling sick in your stomach, in your gut. There's changes going on. Eat lightly. Eat lightly. You might be feeling extra tired. We have been for a very, very long time. Be tired. And admit it to yourself and just say things like, oh, I'm tired. Stop trying to fight it. Stop trying to tell yourself, oh no, I'm not doing what I normally do, which is what we do. We beat ourselves up. Don't do that. See, look at that. That's like a lotus flower opened up with the world. How is that for like, wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's literally, what? It's literally like the birth of the new world. Holy shit balls. And it's got the atom symbol around it, like the beginning of time. What? Oh my God, Becky. All right, I need to snap out of it. I'm just really taken back from that. Okay, I want more. And that's why the pineal gland's opening up more. We've got the receiving frequency again. So there's not really anything apart from your little inspired action challenge that you're going to give yourself this week. There's not really, see the lotus flower again, which symbolizes coming through the mud. And like those other people that, and I was, the metaphor I used, oh my God, and the spiritual stuff around the bottom. The metaphor I used before was literally rising out of the mud, which is what lotuses do, and they take forever. But when they do, you know, they're absolutely beautiful. But they've been stuck in the mud for so long. Wow, we've just... So you've been sitting in this higher frequency, so you might not feel the jump as much as others. We're the ones that have been anchoring it in, but it's almost like your reward now is this next level of consciousness, which is why all the psychic cards came up before, because you're receiving those frequencies, those new frequencies and new world frequencies to create the new world. So when the lotus first starts coming out of the mud, it's closed, and that is the point that we're at. So we need to focus on, that's why we have to focus on our life purpose, because when we do, we're raising our own energy frequency, we're tuning into the higher vibration, we're receiving messages for the collective consciousness, and people need that now. People need you to speak your truth now. People need you to call people out on their bullshit more now. You know, you can do it in a loving way. And it doesn't really matter sometimes how you say it. People are going to be offended by anything these days, aren't they? Because you're almost, well, you're challenging their belief systems, and people don't want that. But doesn't mean you're not supposed to do it. Like, I'm at the point where I can't deal with 3D anymore. I'm just so over it. And the only reason I use Facebook is because not everyone, please, if you can, it's free, download the YouTube app and just tick the bell notification so you don't have to go through Facebook to watch my videos. Because that way, if you're logged in always, then you can just like and comment a whole lot easier. You don't have to do it on a computer. And also, I hate Facebook. It's just low frequency, toxic. People whinging, complaining all the time. Like, I'm over it. And also that, and they just have restricted my post, something crazy for ages. So I'm not a fan, Jan. Anyway, I was on this women's entrepreneur group, and I commented on something. It's just the same shit all the time. People are calling themselves, asking questions and calling themselves standout members. You may have seen it, it's SOM. I'm like, you're not a standout member. You have paid money, so you are allowed to post on a group to, I don't know how many people are on it, something ridiculous, 100,000 people or something. So they can make more money. And then there's this one question that they've literally, I think I've seen it every few days for the last 6 months. And it doesn't go anywhere. And it's just been driving me nuts. So today I was just like, can I ask why I'm seeing this question from different people nearly every day? You know, they're saying the question of, if you could speak on any topic for half an hour, what will it be? I'm like, unless you want to sign me up to talk for something, I'm down with that. But what is the point of this question? I'm like, it seems repetitive and pointless. Change my mind. Like, people could be highly offended by that, but that's just me speaking my truth. I'm like, you know, why are we doing this? Oh, that's the other thing I said. It's pretty cheeky, but it's pretty funny. I said, has someone have you guys purchased this 100 questions to engage a group? You know, and it's all to make money. And so to me, it just seems fake. It's like, how can we bait you to get you to ask a question, so that person that's asking the question can like reach out to people. Hey, you commented on this, you know, can I sell you something? You know, been there, done that, don't do that anymore. I was advised badly. That's not who I am. But yeah, anyway, so like I spoke up out against it. No one else probably can see any deeper into those questions or the reason behind the question. I want to know why they're doing it. You know, I'm kind of calling people out on it, and then people don't like it. Doesn't mean I'm not supposed to say it just because I'm pissing people off. I don't care. I'm allowed to ask a question. Like, stop being behind the scenes deceitful and trying to rope people into things if they don't want to do it. Yeah, Aquarius vibes. Think of things too deeply. But anyway, so the old structure is the mud. You're the new structure, sitting on the lotus flower. And you're creating your own world. But it looks like we just need to take more time to tune into the fiber opticness of this new consciousness that's come in. Wow, I can't even say these words. I've never even heard of these crystals. So I'll start this one. Scolytate. What is it? A super vibey, icy white stone that forms in needle-like bursts, like the fiber optics. Who needs it? Up all night worrying about the coming singularity types. Brave explorers of beautiful dreamscapes, which is you. When to use it? When it's time to take your sleep hygiene to the next level. So that's the other thing, you guys might not be sleeping too well, which that's what happens when the higher frequencies come in. Alternatively, you could be sleeping pretty heavy like me, which is like a first in, I don't know, bloody how long. And that, for me, it's happening. I can sleep for the first time since my whole life is because I'm more attuned to the higher frequencies now, and that's my home. That's our home. So I feel better in this energy, but sometimes people just need to adjust. So it could go either way. It says here, put down your phone, pick up a book, a paper one, yeah, sip on chamomile tea, slather on the lavender oil. Funnily enough, this is a lavender candle. And wait for some rapid eye movement. So I'm seeing this as resting more, which, you know, sorry, I've been saying it for ages and I hate hearing it too. We're still being told to rest. We're still transmuting a lot right now that we can't see. So that's another reason why you're tired and then why you can't sleep, because you're doing it in your sleep. And you're probably getting messages from your dreams, and this talks about the subconscious as well. Whatever you want to do, you can do it, but you just need to take a tiny little step forward this week. And that in alignment with the Lionsgate portal, that's going to like shift so much energy for you. You won't even believe. So barite. What is barite? It's a widely occurring brittle sulfate material. It's often transparent or creamy white. Sometimes it's icy blue. Beautiful and frosty, desert rose is a calming variety of barite. Who needs it? Anyone who leaves for work each morning with the sinking suspicion that their true destiny is anything but this. My God. Yeah. Where to put it? Taped to your forehead during a meditation. When to use it? When it's past time to stop saying yes to things that you hate. Ask barite what your true calling is, then go live it. Oh my God. It will be terrifying, but what's the alternative? Holy shit. And it says, get answers to your biggest questions. This one says, dive into your dreams. If you're really stuck on a question and you need the answer to it surrounding your life purpose, ask your guides before you go to bed to show you in your dreams. It might not come that night. It might come cryptically. Work through it, journal through the possibilities. You're teaching yourself, and this is going to boost your confidence, because this is a whole new world of doing things differently to how we've done it before. So when you say that you've always wanted to interpret dreams, it's just like being a card reader. Every dream interpreter is going to give a different meaning. Does it mean one's right, one's wrong? No, it doesn't. Does it mean maybe one sounds better, it resonates with someone than the other? Yeah. Does it matter? No. Does that make sense? So anyway, so say you just love interpreting dreams, or you want to learn how to, you need to you need to start doing it for yourself, because once you do it for yourself, you can make up a little running sheet of, okay, I asked this question before bed. I started seeing this. These are the questions I was asking myself from what I saw, and this is how I interpreted it. If you did that for like 20 or 50 of your dreams, you could write a book on that as examples, because that's how people learn, is through examples, not through, oh, this is the meaning of that, because it's not necessarily the case. But you're doing basically a workbook of, here's some examples. Now, maybe ask yourself these questions about your dreams. Do you know what I mean? Bam, you've done something totally different to what someone else has done before. You're welcome. So yeah, it's just, wow, it's very life purposey this week, which is amazing. Lionsgate portal, it's really opening us all up. Thank God, because man, I'm over it. OCD, OCD, OCD. Oops. Sorry, Crystal. Okay, so I've been yakking for half an hour because I was so passionate. But I'm just like buzzing from this energy. So let's just get one more card. Oh, my machine's going to be on. Beep, beep. Get one more card for the week ahead, please. Delusion. Delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. This is a very important card, because setting intentions of what we want and holding on to it too tightly inhibits us from receiving the answer or the thing or the opportunity or whatever it is. Because I'm always like, where is it, where is it, where is it? And this is kind of like at the beginning of the reading, the energy I was having. And rightfully so. You're allowed to feel impatient. You're allowed to feel pissed off. You know, tell yourself. And that's the biggest key to a breakthrough of releasing this tension, is going, I can be pissed off. I'm pissed off because I've been waiting 3 years. I'm pissed off because I have done X, Y, and Z, and I've seen nothing but nothing, or nothing but bad luck, or nothing shifting and moving. I'm allowed to be pissed off. You are. You are. And the first step to getting past that is like admitting that to yourself and getting it out of you. Because if we hold on to it, we're not making any room for anything at all. Nothing can shift and nothing can come in. So don't ever kid yourself that you have to keep your feelings to yourself, that the universe is going to get pissy at you. You need to let it out, because that's how people get sick. Not speaking their truth, not speaking out. You know, if you get angry with the situation you're in, it sits in your stomach, it sits in your solar plexus, it blocks your energy up. You lose your personal power. So we really need to admit what's not working in our lives, what we think isn't working, write it down as well, in order to release that tension. And then all, you know, the whole video of what I've been talking about can come in. So have a fantastic week. Check out the Lionsgate portal. I will do a new moon video next few days. So sorry I missed the last full moon one. I just like, it all gets a bit too much sometimes. I just can't do it all, kids. I just can't do it all. I'm a bit delusional because I think I can do it all. Yeah, have an awesome week. If you've chosen what you're going to do this week towards your life purpose, what we're all going to have to do it. I'm going to do it, taking the little action every day. What am I going to focus on? I'm going to focus on, because something that I'm fully scares me, and you guys probably laugh and have no idea, is speaking. It scares the absolute shit out of me. I really want to boost my confidence in that area. So I'm going to make little videos each day and put them up in the Pretty Pink Soul Movement Spiritual Guidance group. I'm going to do that. That's my little challenge. So if you're in that group as well, you can still join. Even though Facebook keeps getting rid of my background cover, I literally put it up and it gets rid of it. So I just kind of gave up. So it doesn't really have a proper background cover, but you can still find it on my main page. If you want to put your little challenge up there and share that with other people and help inspire other people to do the same, please do. But just note that you're quoting off this video and this is your challenge. Put like the information in there. Otherwise people will be like, what are you talking about? So yeah, have fun, enjoy growing your confidence this week, and I will see you soon. Bye.